The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
Well, Mr. Fisker finally did it. I think he made a pretty decent decision here. He finally made a nail in the coffin with Magna. It's going to clear up a lot of speculation, which is a lot of times what's hurting things, right? When places are announcing brands like he was doing with Volkswagen, and it never came to fruition, and it still never came to fruition, and now it's definitely not. It paints a weird kind of blurry picture. But now we actually have exactly what's going on. We have the painted picture in front of us. We know exactly what's going on. Let's dive on in. Fisker finalized the electric vehicle with Magna. He ties it up, puts a bow on it. Here's this cool orange edition he's driving around. Maybe the Pacific, is that photoshopped? I don't know. What does it look like? Fisker Inc.'s odds of turning its battery-powered ocean crossover vehicle into reality just got a lot better. The Los Angeles startup, led by luxury car designer Hendrik Fisker, is enlisted auto engineering heavyweight Magna in a broad partnership to building it in 2 years. Self-described digital car company Fisker said for months it would outsource the ocean production instead of building it on its own plant. The production announcement comes ahead of listing shares on the NYSE. SPAC merger. Magna will assemble the vehicles under the contract for BMW, Daimler, Jaguar, Land Rover, Toyota. Will be built on the ocean at its Graz, Austria plant. So again, we've talked about this, that Magna has done a ton of cars for a lot of people. Even Americans made stuff, right? BMW's the new Toyota Supra, which is actually BMW. It's actually not a Supra. The decision is to do a very deep strategic partnership with Magna, Hendrik Fisker told Forbes. It includes Magna taking a 6% equity stake in Fisker, and Magna being responsible for manufacturing the Fisker Ocean. I thought that was very interesting. So that's a heck of a deal that he worked out right there. He's making them have skin in the game, which means that not only are they going to want to get this thing on time, but I'm still really curious how they're ever going to get this at the price point they're talking. But with that stake in it, I don't know. We'll have to see. Which is still on target as planned in Q4 2022. That's a long ways away. And it includes using Magna's EV architecture and platform. And there we go. So, of course, Magna's got its own EV platform. Who do they get their batteries from? That's what we need to find out next. I still haven't figured that out. Securing a veteran production partner that can also supply key components, engineering services, and even crash testing, combined with more than $1 billion Fisker has raised through its stock listing and other fundraising positions the startup to get its battery-powered SUV on the market relatively fast. Whether consumers demand in the US, Europe, where the Ocean will be sold first, meets Fisker's target of 50,000 units in 2023 remains unknown. So that's kind of interesting. They're saying, well, oh yeah, we said 50,000 in 2023. Well, no comment. Unveiled in January at CES in Las Vegas, a stylish electric vehicle. Not going to get to that. We know about this, right? I think we all know what the Fisker Ocean is all about. Fisker says the low-cost approach is taking especially by avoiding the $1 billion in expense of building a plant. Sure, will allow it to be cash flow positive as early as 2023. Nice. Magna's 6% stake is in exchange for engineering and production services and doesn't include cash investments. Wow. We are very happy to be able to work with Fisker on such an exciting, sustainable product and to see what additional opportunities and cooperation this may bring, said Magna International President Swamy. This is a great example of our strategy to leverage our strong portfolio to scale for future mobility needs and utilize our full vehicle engineering and manufacturing capabilities. Fisker Inc. is the second attempt at a successful electric car company by him. We know that. He used to work for BMW, Aston Martin. Then there was whole drama with the whole last Fisker stuff he had, right? You learn more from failures than success, he says, but I would rather have success, he says. Sometimes you need to fail to understand what are those fine things. and unique things that you need to do to get success. Yes, his first startup was not a well-oiled machine. We know that. Another big change: a decade ago, the supply base for batteries and parts was tiny. Now he can get it through them. I said from the beginning to investors, we're not here to prove to the world that we can manufacture a car better than Toyota or anybody else. Fisker says, we're here to prove that we can put amazing vehicles on the market that are emotional and sustainable. And this is where, Fisker comes in and I talk about, his pitch, right? This is the whole Apple thing. He talks about Apple a lot, Steve Jobs sold Apple to people on emotion, for sure. This sustainability thing, I think, kind of needs to stop, Some trim pieces that are made out of recycled plastic and the vegan seats. The vegan seats and all that, they're going to deteriorate. They're not going to last near as long as if they went non-vegan. So is Magna cool? That's what we want to figure out. So over time, Steyr has manufactured more than 3.7 million vehicles, including the BMW 5 Series, the Jaguars, the Supra. It currently has memorandum and understanding with Fisker. We know that. And has talks with the EV startup Canoo. Would you look at that? And manufactures the Arc Fox Alpha T, the first EV to emerge from the Chinese venture. Y'all heard of that? The Arc Fox Alpha T? That's a pretty aggressive name for an Asian company coming out with a car. I bet you it's cool. We gotta look it up. It doesn't look very cool. Okay, it looks like a Porsche SUV. It's pretty cool looking. I was hoping it'd be like a crazy supercar though. Also, guess who built? Did y'all hear about Sony's electric vehicle? Sony surprised everyone with a futuristic prototype at CES, and it's another sign that tech companies are going to have a big say in what the car of the future looks like. Sony came out with something called the Vision S at CES. My question is, would you rather buy a Sony or a Fisker? I don't know. At least we'll have a choice, right? I think this is kind of cool that Sony's making a car. It's just a prototype, but if they end up pulling this thing to production, why am I bringing this up? Because guess who made it? Magna. They made everything. They did the battery system, all that. Now remember the composite frame that Fisker's talking about too, that's coming out with the Ocean? Remember that composite space frame that we talked about with the Supra like 3 months ago or something? It's from Magna. So I'm sure that they've already got it. Like, yeah, we can come up with hybrid frame. This company's cool, Magna, if you ask me. In fact, on their website, they even show, they're like, oh, you want electric vehicle drivetrains? Yeah, we got you. We got electric drive units. We got highly integrated e-drive systems, 3 different power chassis to pick from, and they fit right in the range. So it's just kind of plug and play. These guys are so ahead of the curve. I found articles where people are like, if you want a custom car made, you call it Magna. That's just what you do. Especially in the EV space, they've been doing it for a long time. So are people liking this? Not really. We were literally like at $14.99, and now it's down to 14 flat. Just a decent volume down. It could stop there, but it didn't like totally tank. Why not? I think people were hoping that it would be Volkswagen. Why? Because Fisker name dropped them. A la Lambo. So then also even in the SEC filings that he's still been releasing, like, 2 weeks ago or something, in this SEC filing, they were even saying, it pretty much to me said that we're going to be probably working with Volkswagen through Lamborghini. So, do you think people are upset about that? I'm sure. It could have been the initial plan, and I know there was there's crazy drama going on with Volkswagen electric vehicles and all that, even internally, so that might have stirred everything up. what I want to take a look at is Magna International, ticker MGA. Why? Because I'd rather own the middleman. Right? Well, what's going on with this stock today? It's actually gone down. Well, maybe not. I think it's dripped a little bit up. It's like $50 up to like 51, 55. You can see from March lows, it's at like $25. So this is 2x since March. Almost up to where it was at before. But to me, I'm looking at this like, you know, if all these manufacturers are going to start going through Fisker, I mean, through Magna, like Fisker, Jeep, Porsche's even got some stuff done from them. If Sony ends up going through them to get their car, you think Sony's just going to make a big old monster factory and start from scratch? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Sony doesn't make a lot of their internal components, so why would they? Why would they choose Magna? You know? I don't know. I really like what he did with getting the percent included, you know, so that they've got the skin in the game. So now that they're going to want to produce these Magnas, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I could see it, you know, still creeping up a little bit, but I could also see it bleeding out a little bit too. It's even more sketch. At least we know for a fact that it's not going to be VW, Volkswagen. I would like to watch this Magna though. You know, we should probably dive into more of this stock and see if this is one to actually park money in instead of Sony or Jeep or Porsche or Fisker. I wonder what the float is on this. I bet you it's super diluted. It's like 1 billion shares. So you want to take a guess down in the comments, let me know. If you haven't joined our Patreon, please do it. It definitely helps out. We're sliding you deals here and there, a little bit of information before we get videos out. It's definitely helping out. Quite a few folks are telling me, so that's fantastic. If you haven't subscribed, please do it, and please send this out to your friends. Greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care.
Did you know that we give away free silver? Simply leave a comment on the video, and as long as you're in the continental United States, you can be automatically entered to win. Please friend us on Twitter and StockTwits.